Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well. Today we're gonna cook a cheesy macaroni and cheese. That's right, I'm gonna get you together right before Easter Sunday. So let's go ahead and get into these ingredients. First thing first, of course, you're gonna need your elbow noodles. This is a 2-pound box. I'm only gonna use half of this box. My family size is not that big. For our cheeses, we're gonna be using a few different types of cheeses. Please keep in mind that you can modify this recipe any way you like. You do not necessarily have to use the same cheese I am using. You do want to make sure that you have enough cheese. But we're gonna go ahead and start out with the Kobe cheese. That's my favorite cheese to use. So that's what I'm going to use today. We're gonna follow that by another pack that I got from Walmart, which is the mild cheddar. And like I said, I really like how it's already ready to go. Sharp cheddar, of course. And then I'm also going to use Monster cheese. And of course the Velveeta, that's my base. I always use that in my macaroni and cheese. So this is a new pack, so we're gonna open that and see exactly how that looks. You're also going to need 1 to 2 sticks of butter. I usually use, I can't believe it's not butter, but I'm just going to use the sticks, they're convenient. 1 can of evaporated milk. Depending on how cheesy this macaroni and cheese get, we may need 1 cup of whole milk, but let's go ahead and get right into this macaroni. So as you can see, our water has came to a boil. So let's go ahead and start pouring in our elbow macaroni and cheese. Like I said, I'm only going to use about a half of that pack. And then some people add salt to their water or oil. I am an oil type of person. I don't like my noodles to stick. So I'm going to go ahead and pour a little bit of oil in the pan. And I'm going to give it a good stir. Just move it around to make sure it doesn't stick. So I have 2 cheeses right here. I have the Monster cheese and I have the sharp cheddar cheese. We're gonna go ahead and start cutting these cheeses up into little square pieces. And then we're gonna follow that by the macaroni and cheese that's already cubed up in the pack that I told you that I got from Walmart. It's very convenient. So if you can find those packs, I suggest that you buy them unless you're on a budget or something. And then I'll recommend that you just get the plain square cheese. So let's go ahead and get this diced up. So this is why you need to read the packet. As you can see, my Velveeta is in these little tiny packages. I guess it's more like a convenient type of thing, but I recommend that you just get the original, the whole slab of cheese, so you don't have to worry about opening these packages and cutting everything up. I like to have things at a one-stop shop, so it pays to pay attention to your packages. But we're gonna go ahead and get all these Velveeta packages open and get them chopped up so we can put them in the bowl. As you can see, the cheese is starting to melt. How you're gonna melt your cheese, you're gonna take all your cheese and you're gonna put it into a pan. Then you're gonna follow that with pet milk, or like I said, the evaporated milk. You're gonna go ahead and pour that in. Pet milk is the same thing as evaporated milk. I just think that evaporated is the off-brand to pet milk. But then you're gonna keep stirring it. Now I have my stove on low, and that's because I'm doing other things in the kitchen. Guys, you can put your stove on whatever heat you want it to be on. Just make sure that you keep an eye on your cheese because it's going to cook very fast, and you may burn your cheese if it's too high and you're not paying attention. But you're going to keep stirring that, make sure it doesn't stick to the bottom. So the noodles are done. We're going to go ahead and put that into a pan of choice, whatever you want to bake your macaroni and cheese in. And you just want to move it around and make sure everything is even. And then you want to go ahead and pour 1 egg. And I'm sorry if I did not tell you that in the beginning. You're going to need 1 egg. I recommend that you put it in a bowl and beat it and pour it in before you just crack it if you're not that good, because you don't want any shells in your macaroni. But if you're a vet and you know what you're doing, go ahead and put that egg in and stir those noodles. And this is where your butter come into play. You may need 1 to 2 sticks of butter depending on how much noodles you made. I'm probably just going to use 1 stick of butter and move that around, making sure that butter gets on all those noodles because you don't want the noodles to dry out and you don't want them to stick. As you can see, I went ahead and seasoned my macaroni noodles. That is optional, but I do recommend if you want more flavor to your mac and cheese that you season your noodles. And then you're gonna go ahead and pour that cheese right over the macaroni noodles. It came out perfect for me, not too thick and not too loose. And then I'm gonna go ahead and give that macaroni a nice stir, and then I'm gonna continue to pour the remainder cheese over my noodles. So I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle some shredded cheese over my mac just to hide the noodles just a little bit more. That's optional. You're gonna want to have your oven set on 350. You're gonna want to bake this for about 25 minutes covered, and then you're gonna want to take that cover off and bake it for about 10 to 15 minutes longer. Just make sure your aluminum foil is very loose so it doesn't stick to your cheese. And that's about it, guys. You're gonna bake that, and look how cheesy that came out. Beautiful.